that, he has been doing a lot more trips. He has been able to fight against guys like Gluto. He has fought against Myron, and he has beaten Myron. So this is going to be an interesting pick because we're seeing Mario versus Lucina this time.
I did forget that he also has a Lucina. So Lucina is really good for those matchups that give you that stress as Pac-Man. Mario is one of them. Mario can absolutely, like, it's a pretty even matchup in my view with the way that Mario and Pac-Man go, but it can be very annoying because Mario can punish you for making mistakes out of shield. Lucina just smacks Mario away 20 times in a row, and it just makes you have to play the neutral game and beat him on air-to-air rather than trying to deal with a bunch of setups against Mario. That being said, Vectorec is currently taking him for a whole trip. He didn't lose his stock, but that was really close.
Good composure onto EKING and just recognition as well to actually DI the up special correctly and try to continue to rack up that damage. Now, Lucina is one of those characters that has all the tools to be one of the best in the game, but at the same time, you need good fundamentals to actually use her properly.
I mean, to be fair, more people would play Lucina if she wasn't like a boring playstyle. That's honestly just the best way to put it, because she's as straightforward of a character as you can get when it comes to simplicity is key. Because all you have to do is stuff like that, short hop back here. The character who makes Lucina look insane is Proto because of how aggressive he is off stage. But simple game plans like this to beat something like Mario is so important because Vectorec gets a hold of you once, and we saw it before. EKING almost disappeared.
At the same time, I'm wondering the Lucina pick as well. Maybe it's just to throw some of the top players that are here off to see, hey, I have this sortie just in case you want to try to find me up close and personal too. I'm not just a Pac-Man one trick.
I'm surprised that Vectorec didn't go for the cave there. He had the flood out, but decided to go for the up air instead. I mean, you were out of jumps in, so it was going to be a pretty easy landing punish. But for Vectorec, one of the things you got to make sure you don't do too often is when you get into this on-shield trade war, most of the time you're going to lose the Dolphin Slash. So you got to make sure that you're waiting, conditioning, moving away, get EKING to like go for a fair or a back air, and then punish him with that up smash. I feel like Vectorec's been swinging a little bit too early.
He's been swinging a lot, and he's been using a lot of the second jump as well. The back throw should be enough to actually take that stock. Now charging flood a little bit just to maintain EKING a little bit off balance. The racking up percentage is going to be very important, but only 24% after the Mario Tornado.
I mean, funny enough, right now this stock is even because at this window you can still find falling up air to fair. So for EKING, all right, well, you got the down tilt, so you're fine. You got the counter and you closed it out. But if he got back on, I'm fighting in center because short up air still would have gotten the stock.
And that's the difficulty that you have actually playing against EKING. The patience that he exhibits as a character is something that throws people off a lot, especially when you want to press a lot of buttons. And I see like Vectorec is definitely going onto the offensive, and it's been working out. But he needs to be careful when it comes to actually getting those approaches in, because EKING can just give him an inch and he can take a mile.
I do really like how Vectorec approached that a minute ago. He got EKING very scared in shield, and he kept pressuring him. And now he's continuing to do that, mostly around the platform. It's usually when they're both on the ground where EKING has been winning with the poke war. I do like the attempt as well, trying to find that ledge jump, but EKING just buffered the get-up option, got away. He is going to get back on the ledge. Is he going to go for the back air? No, go for the flood. Down tilt and tries to go for the fair. I think that meant to be a back air. I'm 100% certain he wanted the down tilt into an instant turnaround bear that should have gotten the stock.
It's definitely a possibility considering Vectorec's best style and a good recognition on the landing onto the Lucina with an up smash. Now 103% is definitely nothing to scoff at for the Mario, and EKING is just going to go ahead and just ledge trap in the heck until getting that counter. And we saw that similar situation onto the previous stock that Mario lost.
Yeah, that all came up. Now I don't necessarily agree with this attempt that he tried to do. He tried to wall jump and go for a fireball to mix up his recovery because he's been two framed or hit by down tilt the stock prior. So you're scared. You don't want to go for the same route. The problem is EKING was able to beat it. He saw through it. He put shield up, put him back off stage, got another down tilt on the up B. He never got to touch stage again, so he was forced to up B at a specific spot, which is easier to react to. So EKING's ledge trapping has just been really good, which is the weakness of what Mario deals with in this matchup. That being said, I approve Vectorec going specifically to Mario music to get like the themed power up here.
You gotta get that psychological warfare going, Ajax. Small Battlefield is definitely gonna be the pick for the Mario. I believe that Battlefield had to be banned in the first place.
100%. Yeah, if you let Mario get triplats, you deserve that loss, unless you happen to be a character that is better on that, and even then that's still risky because the likelihood of you just disappearing so early is just too high. But I like this counter pick. It takes away the amount of room that you had. Of course, Lucina wants the smallest amount of time it takes to get a ledge trap, like right here. but it is going to be quicker for you to find your up air reset strings on these platforms. So it's risky because of the ledge traps, but it's better for you because your advantage. That only matters if you actually hit EKING in the first place because he got it 0 to death.
Yeah, he used his second jump too early, directional air dash right onto the side to try to recover. And again, this is what I was talking to you about, Ajax. EKING is a slow starter. Once he gets going, there is no stopping him, as we see, racking up the damage all the way up to 62%, working on that JV.
Oh no. Vectorec hit him. Vectorec hit him!
Once.
Ha!
One time. Look at that dribble.
Analysis is out the window. Vectorec, please!
Oh no.
Vector!
No. Oh god.
Oh, there it is! Okay, all right. I'm not gonna lie, I would have popped up if he got 2 in a row. But now the potential of JV4 is dead, and you don't have to stress, because when you're down 2 stocks without hitting someone, the likelihood you're gonna be so obvious and not get a hit at the end increases so much. He DI'd in there every time. Don't take the spike.
Yeah, but definitely a weird Dolphin Slash by EKING that time, but he does have enough advantage for him to actually afford these mistakes. Nevertheless, it is setting up an edge guard situation for Vectorec. Again, I would like for people to actually start going outside besides actually going for any type of ledge trap situation and try to get the opponent a little out of the ledge so they can force a fatal recovery option.
EKING's been so good at catching short hop punishes repeatedly. Like that's cancel left a minute ago. There you go. Tried to use that last time, messed it up because he buffered an option. That time EKING did not hold. Actually, you can't just hold. Never mind. Okay, so I'll usually scream. It's like hold shield after Angel platform, but that's Lucina, so she can also shield break you. So never mind. Anything can happen.
Yeah, Nair wanting to forward smash is definitely going to be confirmed for EKING, who's smelling blood in the water. As we see him all the way up to 55% now, just going to go for that grab and try to maintain that stage control as he's been doing all game. Must smash for 95, sending him right onto the outside. Precarious situation and another counter, sending him outside. That's going to be the game.
The entirety of that last stock, Vectorec got really obvious in disadvantage. He not only tried to aggressively use Nair, where EKING was nowhere to be found. He was in center stage. The only thing he could do is react to you pressing a defensive option first. And then he double jumped while he was really far away from him. That's a free reaction every time. So instantly punished. EKING had center stage control. So on paper, like we were saying at the start before EKING got to 0 to death, that stage is pretty solid for Mario because you have less room you have to work to try and find your up airs. The trade-off is that Lucina gets less room she needs to find a ledge trap. That's exactly what happened throughout it.